that sign thing. Hey. Go, Michael. Call him. Go. Yo. Yo, rights. Yo, Bo. Yo, Bo's Korean for what's up, buddy? Brian McNair. Yo, Scott. I gotta go to court because the tenants are fighting the eviction. Sixth Estate, what's up? News Now, South Florida, what's up? Rebecca Bull, what up? How's everyone doing? I don't have time to work on a video because I have to get the video I shot at the apartments. What up, Rich? I gotta get that ready for my thing. Brandon, what up? Figured I'd do a live, so give you something to work with today. Mental Ill Boy, what's up? Let's play. News Now, Nebraska. Do you live in Florida? I'll play you 9-ball. Why don't I just throw them out? Because the government won't let me. I wish I could just throw them out. Because then I'll get arrested for that. Hit the thumbs up, guys, if you'd be so kind. Who got a Warrior Mini 2? I have one. Bo, I don't know if I saw the video. How did you send it? I might have. What up, Blue Steel? Protesting on Archer Road in Gainesville. Go remove the doors and windows. You're not allowed to do that. You need a cross-dresser to say get out. What's that gonna do? I didn't rent the apartments. See, the thing is, I'm 80 miles from there, and my dad rents them out, and he just sees dollar signs and then doesn't realize what's gonna happen. He's not a good judge of character. Romania, what's up? Catalin Sosasu. Programs that you can file and get paid for them and others non-payment. It's not about non-payment. It's about they're causing too many problems, and I just want them out of there. And I gave them plenty of notice. Yeah, it'll work out, I'm sure. Alabama Tyrant Trapper, what's up, brother? Christopher Wilhelm, what up? Remodeling, remove the doors and windows. That's how I do it. Yeah. Remodeling, no, that doesn't work. That's not gonna work. You're on your second strike? Well, I'm demonetized. Tomorrow I get to reapply, I guess, for monetization. Let's see what happens. Do I smoke weed like you? I don't exhale. PMP News Now, what up? If you win tomorrow, that's the thing. How can I not win? That's what I don't understand. It's my mother's property. They're renting it. They're on a month-to-month. There's no written lease. We just tell them we don't want dogs and this and that and blah, 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 and we don't want garbage everywhere. Common sense stuff. Meanwhile, they got 2 dogs and a cat. And what was I just saying? Oh, so they're fighting the eviction. I gave him more than, I gave him 25 days. I'm only required to give him 15 from what I understand. And they're on a month-to-month. So the most they could stay is another 30 days. It's our property. They think if they could, if they pay their rent, they could just do whatever they want, have a farm over there, have some crazy broad threaten to kill people. My dad's not all there either, so you combine all that in a toolbox and you shake it up and you got problems. And then I got to go clean up the problems. Pigman video audits, you feeling better? Yeah, you're probably still in the hospital, I'm sure, right, brother? I just know of others that never had rental property but getting paid for past due payments. I don't get any of that money. You afraid to get in a fight? Go remove the frigate. Am I afraid to get? No, I'm afraid to get caged. If I could just fight them out of there, there'd be no problem. So yeah, what are they going to rule? What is the judge going to rule? That I have to let them stay on my property even though we don't want them there? No. You're on a month-to-month. There's no lease. You don't have any lease that I'm breaching. As a matter of fact, you're in breach of the verbal lease. If the judge rules, let's say the judge rules in their favor, what's that mean? They get to stay on our property as long as they feel like? No. This is so dumb. And it took him a month to even grab the paperwork to schedule a virtual court hearing. Thanks, Blue Steel. What's up, Brian Midas? I'm doing good, thanks. I don't think you can evict anyone because of COVID, though. They tried pulling that car, too. The dude goes, oh, man, I'm sick. And then he starts arguing with me about leases that he never signed. And I never said he signed a lease. You're on a month-to-month. You pay every 30 days. Your lease is 30 days. That's how it works. Yeah, what rights? Crispy said, can we come record on your property? I don't care. Only favor he would rule is give them 30 days. They've had like 60 days. Oh, and they got mad that we collected the rent before we put the notice on the door and gave them 10 extra days. So in other words, we're supposed to let them live there free for the 2-3 months they feel like fighting us. They're mad about that. Let them stay? Yeah, okay, let the girl stay who threatened to shoot me the other day. That's who I need in the apartments. That's not a liability at all. Bentbo, where do you live that you can just take the windows and doors off the apartments and they don't call the police immediately? Because where my apartments are, they'll call the police in 2 seconds and they'll come pick you up. Yeah, those things you guys are mentioning, you're not really allowed to do those things. You just have to beg the government. First of all, they won't let you evict them without their permission or without you going through the government. So they're forcing you to use them, and then they force you to pay them hundreds of dollars to do the action that they're forcing you to do. It's all BS. John, can you tell me why auditors are not getting lawyers on a contingency basis so they don't have to lay out any money? Because there are no lawyers that are willing to work on a contingency basis for 42 U.S.C. 1983 lawsuits. There isn't a lot of money in it for the plaintiff, and most of the money will go to the lawyer, and they have to make money too. So how much of their time are they going to waste trying to fight a civil lawsuit that probably won't go nowhere? Because even though they're a lawyer, they're still fighting against the system. When I had my issues here in the neighborhood, I called for like 2 weeks. Every lawyer I could find, every advocacy group, every number they gave me, etc., etc., etc. And not one lawyer was willing to take the case. Not the ACLU. I called the FBI. I called everybody. We have to do it. There needs to be more of us. We need thousands and thousands. Like, when an auditor gets arrested for a false charge or some trumped up BS, 2,000 auditors need to show up for a week straight. I mean, there's a lot of us now, but there needs to be a lot more. I want to be way off as far as an auditor goes, and just hope that I help start something with my videos. Government and BlackRock want to be the only landlords. You are feeling their squeeze. I work in multifamily housing. The unconstitutional rulings come out right now are insane. I believe that. Georgia Ped Patrol. You might want to change that name, bro. Are you making PD for reports? I don't know what PD for reports means. It takes forever to get people out of your project. Yeah, it does. I watched your video on those freeloaders that didn't want to pay their rent, and I hate freeloaders. Thank you. King Salami, 69. I don't answer questions. I have a title, not just a deed. I don't know what that means either. A just joined. Good luck in court. Thank you. Government are control freaks. You're sure correct about that. Mama Bear Audits. Hi. Move in with them. They didn't want me the other day. I just went to inspect the apartment because there was a leak from their apartment down to my dad's. And that's when she threatened to shoot me and kept locking the door with her hands when I was trying to turn it with the key. Threatened to shoot in front of a sergeant. By the way, the police really helped me that day. I went there and told them what was going to happen. I asked them just to stand by, and the one guy came with me, and we had a discussion. I'm power of attorney for my mother. My dad does not own the apartments. He just lives there because my mom feels bad for him. Friendly neighborhood car thief is a little late to the party. Prayers up and fingers crossed. Thanks. I wonder if I'm allowed to screen grab the court hearing. Got record, the property under patent, gain title, not just a deed. All right. 2,000 lawfully armed auditors. That would be great. Police reports for threats. Mystery, you started the California fires from Florida. Okay. Not if you remove the doors and windows. Okay, this guy really wants me to take the doors and there's like one window, dude. Two windows and one door. And there's a young girl living in there. Come on, man. You do it your way, I'll do it my way. Imagine pulling John over. You don't have to imagine it. I have a video with 18 million views where I got pulled over. Several times, actually. I have kicked my children out and had to go get a popo. That's so sad. Good, so you have police assistance. I really hope you win the court battle. I don't see how I can't win. No. What's he going to say? No, they can stay there? No, they can't. Sorry. I don't care, sovereign citizen judge. No, they can't. Nobody has private property, man. If you're paying property taxes, there's no such thing as private property. Are these people Section 8? No, no Section 8. They're just cheap apartments in a real rural area that's hard to find tenants. To give you for instance, I owned a restaurant in that area for like 13 years, and in all those years, I couldn't find a good, decent, stable line cook in all those years. I always had to be the full-time guy. Yep, been through it. What's the story why I hate cops? Because cops don't abide by their oath. They enforce victimless crimes. They ruin lives. They steal people's money. They steal $7 billion a year in traffic, and they steal more from the American people in civil asset forfeiture than all the burglaries combined in the USA. They've raped over 400 women and children since 2014. They kill 3 Americans a day. You're 22 times more likely to be killed by a cop than anything else in the world. I hope those are a few reasons why I hate bad cops. Cops who obey their oath and don't enforce victimless crimes. Few and far between, but those are the good ones. I try to sing along at the beginning of your videos if I can figure out the song. What about turning off your power because they can pay for it? They have their own power. Govern me harder, daddy. Okay. I put in they are responsible for the first $50 of repairs. I would tell my tenant, if hot water here goes in, not going to ask you $50, but don't call me when the light bulb needs changing. I got you. The law seems very pro-renter and not, yep. And that's what a lot of times what we get, professional renters. Rural life is more difficult to find good workers and renters, says Amanda Hennick. She knows. Mateo says facts. Rap View says cops are modern day pirates. Yes, they are. Funded by the government. If you pay property taxes forever, you never really own it. That's correct. I made a video about that, and a lot of people got butthurt. Let's not forget that cops only means comply by force. My dad was a cop. That's why I left when I was a child. Okay. Repair-o-matic. Those facts alone do it for me. That's enough for me. $7 billion in it's between $4 and $7 billion, and then the insurance companies give between $4 and $7 billion worth of radar guns and things that'll raise other people's insurance. It's a whole racketeering scheme they got going between the DMV, the insurance companies, and the servers. Their servers, the police, they got a nice little racket going where they're just constantly raping you for your money, fleecing you over and over and over. That's not America. That's not freedom. That's not. If you think that's what a free country looks like, you're watching too much TV, you're playing too much fantasy football, you're watching too many sports, turn off the Netflix. If you don't care, you don't care, but don't act like you have, like, this is the worst thing, when you have political opinions and these people spot off their political opinions, but we'll never have a discussion about it. Anyway, notice only 2 people were willing to debate me, one voluntarily and one before he knew who I was. And what happened to those people? What happened? They couldn't defend their argument. You can't defend that it's okay to use threats, duress, and coercion to impede somebody's freedom who hasn't done anything to anybody, damaged any property, endangered anybody, or trespassed anywhere. There's no argument for that, other than because it's the law, which is just saying, because Adolf told us to do this, you got to go in the oven. No, that doesn't fly. Use your brain. Understand what's moral and what's not, what's immoral, and use your brain. Your chief doesn't tell you what to do. The law is very clear. Now, if you follow the law and your boss has a problem with you as a cop following the law, that should be a turning point in your head of what's really going on. Pro Squatters, my dad watches your video. He loves them. Keep going. Thank you, Mary Helen Gonzalez. There's a report on the gun threat. I have a video of it at the same apartment where your dad is at. Yeah, my dad lives downstairs. He's there to collect the rent, basically. But even he gets overzealous. He can't just accept that. He's there to do the rents only. They call it the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. I've heard that before. I play this game when I pretend I'm a cop and my grandma pretends she isn't dead. Okay. Modern day redcoats. I worked in a county jail for a little. I left because the corruption was so bad. Charles Manson's home was better than the cops. Please pray for the people of Baltimore. R.I.P. Omar Little. Who's that? Taxpayers are the largest job creators. That's right. And all these morons who say auditors need to get a job. You know what I figured out? Auditors pay more in taxes than all you guys who are saying get a job. So instead of working at your job, become an auditor and be a better productive member of society because we pay more taxes than all of you. They take 25% right off the top. I think I paid $6,000 or something in taxes one year when my channel was doing real good. I know that's more than you're doing laying fiber optic cables. What's your height and weight? I'm 6 foot 265 right now, unfortunately. Cannot get my eating under control ever. Yes, remember video made regarding previous couple. Yep. I like to listen to John Felix videos. I get a good laugh. Thank you, man. How about some thumbs up? 150 people in here. Jeez, I'm not even doing anything but running my gator. Chomp, 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 chomp. I started smoking again like an idiot. But I told my wife I'd quit for her birthday, which is coming up soon. So I'm gonna light one up. I usually don't do this on camera, but you guys, you're special. Almost burnt my eyebrow off right there. So what else, man? What happened to the squatters at your dad's place? What have I been talking about for 18 minutes, man? In 13 seconds. Huh? He? Huh? He? Huh? He? Huh? He? Huh? He? Huh? He? I'm out of stuff to say, man. Omar Little is that black dude from The Wire. Actor. Only quitters quit. Yeah, I need to be a quitter. Want to buy some of my metabolism? Yeah, Dan, I would love that. I know I'm wasting a good life, man. You know, I quit in 2013 and didn't start up again until COVID. George Carlin, I'm not renewing the lease because I'm going to remodel and you got to go. First of the month. Pull the doors and the windows. Okay, man. I'll ask around about that. But, you know, don't you have to remodel at that point? I don't know. I still feel like you're taking some chances with the law there. I could just see you in a cage in a jail cell going, I was remodeling, man. All I was doing was remodeling. My eyebrows are smoldering. We are taxed to death, insured to death. I totally agree with you, John. Oh, another thing. There's this idiot, Max Harding, on Facebook who I could tell him the things I know to be facts. Like, there's no law that says you got to pay a tax on your labor. If you live and work within the United States, you do not have to pay a tax on your labor by law. There's no law. It doesn't exist. People who are required are like people who make their money from inside the United States, who live outside or live in the United States and make a foreign income from outside, or people who live in D.C., and then gains and profits from corporate commercial activity. That's what income is. Income isn't the pay you take home because you're trading an even amount of money. You're trading 8 hours worth of labor for an even $80, let's say. It's an even split. There's no gains. There's no corporate activity. So we've been swindled. when it comes to that, and I'm so confident about it. I even offered the guy 10 grand. Cited the law, and then he reads the law, doesn't understand it. So I don't know if this is news to anybody here, but there is no law that Americans living and working in the United States have to pay a tax on their labor. If you need more evidence of this, there's a video called America Freedom to Fascism. Type that into YouTube and also type in Aaron Russo. And then there's another one called Theft by Deception by Larkin Rose. They explain it from top to bottom. He interviews a IRS commissioner who can't show the law. 3 IRS commissioners on the documentary can't provide the law. One of the judges, 3,000 people did a petition to redress their grievances under the First Amendment to force the government to show the law that says we have to pay a tax on our labor. And the judge came back and said, even though it's guaranteed in the First Amendment that the government has to tell you, we're not going to tell you. What else you got? I'm selling my metabolism. Yes, I want some. Got off Newports, huh? I used to love Newports. What happened to Parsons? I don't know who that is. Thank you, Denny Netic. Appreciate you, man. Remodel, Paintworks. Paint, remodel, paint. So take off the doors and windows and paint the inside. I needed the doors and windows off so I get a breeze in here so the paint would dry faster. That's why 6 people had to go. Yeah, good luck getting hired to be a cop if you aren't going to enforce victimless crimes. You could get the job, they could yell at you, and you could, even though cops have discretion, do they really have discretion? Because if you don't make any victimless crime arrests or tickets or blah, 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 all these victimless crimes that they use to generate revenue, they're going to think that you're not a productive member of the police if you don't steal everybody's money. So yeah, they're trained to violate you and steal your money. Literally. I enjoy smoking, been doing it for 40 odd years. Dude, I love smoking. What else we got here? Oh, the ivermectin worked, but it doesn't work for the government, big pharma. That's right. It's state property. It's state property. I saw that guy not too long ago. Where can we see more of your video? What video? This channel has 3,000 videos, and then I have a second channel called John Felix Presents. Check them both out, please. Link should be in the description. I intend on pleading guilty. Just have a few questions before I do. Pardon me. What's the strategy? You know what? I tried that cop block Hot Springs, and the judge refused to let me ask any questions, to the point where he threatened me with criminal contempt, locked me in the back of a room for like 20 minutes with all the criminals, in a different room though. I was by myself. Then he brings me back out to the podium in handcuffs and says, come here on the 3rd. Do you understand? And I said, I'm scared to speak. Take him out of the cuffs. Has me in handcuffs. Pardon. I'm also on BitChute and Odysee. On the BitChute, I put all the stuff that YouTube won't let me put up here, so I put it on BitChute. RapView says you don't even have to file taxes. I haven't in 5 years. And there is no law that says you have to file a tax return. It's all voluntary. You do it on your own free will. Aaron Russo is awesome. I wish he was still with us. I wish I was in your city too, if it was my city. Carolina, Fort Worth, what's up, beautiful? How are you? I've been watching a lot of your stuff lately. Am I talking about tax? That big chunk of money they take from you every year and then give you some of it back to make you feel good. I'll have to check. Abolitionist, if you really want to, CIA, the Federal Reserve, the IRS. Let's start there. Constitutionalist. I don't know when I'm going to do more audits, man. When the time comes, I'll go out. I'm not going anywhere. Sing us a song, you're the guitar man. Bow wow. Camels for 40 years. Right on, brother. If you need evidence of the law, just talk to a tax attorney. He might say there's a law, or he might say there isn't a law, but that is way we've been doing things. There is no law. I was a business owner for 13 years, and my accountant sure couldn't produce it. They just say the same thing in the end. Try not to pay him and see what happens. So the law to them is they pay him out of fear, not because there's an actual law. They do it out of fear, pure and simple. The same. If we put an end to all of it, documentary, America, Freedom to Fascism. You should watch that if you haven't seen it. It is a must-see. And it's good job, Audit Recon. Who won the cook-off? We still haven't had a cook-off. Everybody lives far away from each other now. All right, Vox Populi, have a good day, bro. I guess I should be a comedian. I am a comedian on YouTube. Undiscovered. Heaven was a Newport and coffee in the morning. I don't drink coffee. Tax-free metabolism for sale. Watching you from central Idaho through forest fire smoke. I think you're great. I hope you get one of your rings someday. Keep up the good work. I love smoking too. I love it, man. I made 5 rings today, by the way. Thanks, everybody, if it was one of you. If you take something that belongs to someone else from someone else against their will, that's theft. Exactly. That's why constitutional taxes are indirect taxes. They put a tax on gas. You don't want to pay that tax, you don't use gas. You don't want to pay tobacco tax, you don't smoke. Those are indirect taxes, and you have the choice whether to pay them. If you feel like the product is something you want to consume, then you have to pay the tax on it. Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns in a single game while playing at the Polk High School Panthers in 1966 City Championship versus Andrew Johnson High School. Ask any of them, they don't have quotas for tickets because that's against the law. They have quotas. They have goals. They're giving it to refugees. Yes, they do give that stuff to refugees. That's right. And they give it, so you can't even say the name of the horse paste is what the mainstream media calls it, but it's actually a medication that's prescribed to 250 million people every year. So if you hear someone say horse paste or horse dewormer, and I'm not saying it does anything because I have no clue. All I know is how to cook a good cheeseburger, but they won't even let you say it. And like that guy said earlier, it's because it's cheap, readily available. They can't control and monopolize the market and make billions of dollars. I wonder how much money they made off of these jabs so far. John, what happened when he put the key in the lock and was threatened? When I was threatened by the woman that she was going to shoot me, the sergeant went up to the door and says, all right, you can't say that. Everybody has to come out now. Al Bundy. Get back to work, Papuli. It is like the Constitution. Lincoln destroyed the Constitution, and we celebrate him today. Yeah, Lincoln wasn't that great of a president. Did I identify to a cop? Not if I don't have to, no. Smoked him, we got him. Mexican long hair, what's up? I got court October 12th for an alleged assault battery charge, but I have a good lawyer, so I should be able to win. By the way, how are you, John? I'm wonderful, Christian. Christian Ball, what's up? All right, I'm about to get off here. I'm very sweaty. Time for a shower and maybe some food. Lackluster, what up, guy? I love your videos, dude. I think I watch one every single day. It's hard to cover your videos because you cover them so well. There's nothing really I can even. Hey, you should do a reaction to this video. It's absolutely awful. Policing on a new kind. What video? Think about an audit. An audit is unconstitutional. First thing you should do if they threaten to audit you is do a Freedom of Information request, asking them what facts and evidence they're using to support this claim that they're making that they need to audit your books. That'd be the first thing I do. And the second thing I do is take everything I own that's paper or document, throw it in a burn barrel and burn it. And I tell them, please provide the evidence you have against me because I'm not going to incriminate you. That's the thing with tax court. It's so unconstitutional. You're not innocent until proven guilty in tax court. You have to incriminate yourself in tax court. No Fifth Amendment. You're not allowed to bring up Supreme Court cases that are ruled against the 16th Amendment and the income tax, even though there's tons of Supreme Court cases, not tons, there's a good amount of Supreme Court cases that have ruled that the 16th Amendment gave no new power of taxation. So if you didn't have taxation power, income tax, taxation power before, you didn't have it after. I actually used to know the 3 things at the 16th. It's a fiduciary, I can't remember. I wish I could remember everything that I've seen in my life. Daryl O'Donnell. My landlord is allowing someone to deal drugs out of the apartment building. I've supplied him with evidence. He claims the cops won't do anything. What recourse do I have? Email that to the sheriff. Email your video evidence to the sheriff with the information saying who he is and where he lives. If he's dealing weed, don't call anyone. If he's dealing hard drugs to young kids, get him. Police stopped me for walking on the wrong side of the walk at midnight. Of course they did. Sing another AIC song. What the hell's AIC? Two definites in life, death, and taxes. If people can find a law on your obligation to pay taxes, I would like to see. It doesn't exist. You can't find it. That's why I'm willing to offer 10 grand. I even made a video offering. And there's other guys out there offering hundreds of thousands of dollars. The IRS can't produce the law. The federal court system hasn't produced the law. H&R Block refuses to answer the question which law they're, even though they do $400 million worth of tax preparation work each year, they can't tell you what the law is that says you got to pay a tax on your labor. It doesn't exist. Please, again, go watch America, Freedom to Fascism. Aaron Russo is the documentarian, and he's also a famous filmmaker before that. He did one Eddie Murphy movie and I think a Bette Midler movie. Try vape. It won't negate. I don't like vapes. Can you slow down, please? Buffering. I'm about to get off here, man. What are IRS tax codes? They're codes, exactly. It's for corporate. It's for commercial, just like everything else. You don't need a license means paid permission. Okay? Because the reason you would need a license on the streets is because you're turning a profit on the people's highways. We all pay for the highways with our tax money, and now you're running a commercial business on the highways. Therefore, you need a license to trespass on the people's highway to conduct commerce. Same thing goes for tax codes. You need a license to do business. Any commercial corporate activity, you have to pay income tax on the gains. I believe that's Eisner versus McCumbry case. Income, the definition of income is gains or profits from corporate activity. It's not working as a line cook and getting some money. That's not a gains. That's just an even exchange. All right, I'm out of here, man. I'm enjoying this, but I'm out of here. I can't read all your guys' stuff. I think I saw Wolfie. What's up, guy? John, peace and tranquility. Sorry about the buffer. Have a good day. Much love. Word.